the ground IV, Butch Wilmore, an experienced spacewalker himself, will be communicating to the two astronauts that will be spacewalking outside the station to switch out some spare components of the space station's cooling system, also switching out, installing a camera, and switching out a communications unit throughout today's 6.5-hour excursion. He's there on the left in the black shirt with the gold tie, sitting next to Mark Regan, the Capcom, who will be communicating on the inside.
After the handover, we are showing 0.5. What do you see?
So you're seeing the thermal cover there of the airlock, some of the sun shining off of the last bits of the Earth as we cross into the terminator line into an orbital darkness. We're just over 7 minutes into our spacewalk. Official start time was 6:39 a.m. Central Time. Just reading through some procedures.
Like I said, the sun's about to set. You are go to egress the airlock there, Drew, and start working on the tether config.
Copy that, Butch. And just to confirm, I'm showing a sublimator P at 2.8 on the DCM. And I think, yeah, if you can get a hand on it and push it there.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to have to walk over this way, and if you go ahead and get a hand on it.
Just over 12 minutes into today's spacewalk. Both of our astronauts are outside the hatch. You can see their lights. They were just doing a check of each other's equipment, make sure their lights were on and no ice was coming from their suits. Everything's looking good so far. You can see the sun is setting over the Earth just there in the background. We're entering an orbital nighttime. The International Space Station, 255 statute miles over the Indian Ocean, just about to cross over northwestern Australia and then over Indonesia. After that, they'll start the beginning stretch of their spacewalk in an orbital nighttime. You're seeing the helmet camera view from Richard Arnold. He's EV2, speaking with Butch Wilmore, the ground IV here on the ground, just reading up the procedures to him. There's a lot for Arnold to do right now to get into a good position for the tasks ahead. Right now he has his crew equipment bag, his equipment lock bag that has all of his tools that he needs. Eventually, Drew Feustel is going to meet Arnold at the work site where Arnold is right now, and both of them are going to work on swapping out the locations of what's called a pump flow control subassembly. Arnold is busy. He's just sort of getting his work site ready. He's got his crew equipment bag ready, so when Feustel brings him the foot restraint, he can enter the foot restraint and reach the crew lock bag. In the meantime, he's also installing something called a ball stack. That is where the other pump flow control subassembly will be temporarily placed so they can get them both next to each other to swap out later today.
Looking good. When you get that gap spanner installed, you'll be removing the slack as much as you can, and where you can rotate that buckle 90 degrees.
I'll leave that to Ricky. Thank you.
Butch, I am back. I've got the jumper ready to me. Cap is tied, and I'm ready for your next.
Okay, before that, I just want to make sure what stanchions y'all wind up putting that gap spanner on so we can track it. All right, Ricky, we'll take a glove and a hap jack from you.
Okay, hap's dry. The changes in the gloves.
Hey, Butch, I have the scoop on the mini workstation with the red on it.
All right, super, Ricky. It looks like Drew is almost finished with that wire tie, so it looks like here in a second you can transfer the other scoop to him.
Okay, thanks.
Wire tie is complete.
Feustel counting the turns as he moves the pistol grip tool counterclockwise, demating the pump flow control assemblies from the current temporary platform, looking for about 19 turns before he can successfully release it from its platform and hand it over to its new temporary location.
19. I see unlock just about.
All right, guys, as we shepherd this PFCS box back to the work site, you're going to be installing it on that ball stack. We want to make sure that, of course, we keep ready to it. It's your discretion on who has the ret on the box. We just don't want to make sure we stretch a ret out to full extension.
Copy that.
You move back a
And
little
you got
bit.
your- Huh? Yep. And Butch, I got a good visual inspection of the backside right now, and everything looks great on the H1, H2.
Yeah, we see it in your WVS as well. Thank you.
Again, inside the space station, Scott Tingle at the controls of the station's robotic arm. You're hearing the voice of Norishige Kanai, who is assisting Tingle in moving the station's robotic arm into place, right next to Ricky Arnold, who's carrying with him a portable foot restraint. In the background, you can see the Earth. We're currently 252 statute miles just above the Pacific Ocean, just west off the coast of Ecuador, about to cross west off the coast of Peru and Lima.
3, 2, 1. Let's stop there. And let me see. I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to reach through this handoff. Where do you envision Drew being for the handoff here? Right up on that handrail? Where the bag is?
You're going to be nadir of the stanchion towards the lab.
Okay, copy that.
From this view, you can see both of our spacewalkers today. In the foreground with the red stripes is Drew Feustel. He's EV1 for today's spacewalk. In the background, you can see his feet poking out of the top there. That's he's in the suit with no stripes, just a white suit. That's Ricky Arnold. Both of them on the final set of their get-ahead tasks.
Of the S1 FHRC. Ricky, you may see it, but also before Drew comes out of there, you might want to pull his tether pack. He's got it between his legs there. Help him get that out.
In here. And I've still got mine. Okay, so my waist tether is closed and locked on Ricky's green anchor hook.
Okay, we copy that.
Copy that, Butch.
Affirmative, we copy.
And I'm going to get my anchor hook on my workstation. Okay, I've got my anchor hook as well.